What is your advice for President Donald Trump?
Just step back. Just step back. I'm not a fan. Not at all.
Thank you very much. Sir, what advice would you give to Donald Trump?
Consider abdication.
Thank you very much. What is your advice for Donald Trump?
Stop.
Thank you very much. Tell me, what is your advice for President Donald Trump, please?
Well, it's hard to give advice to anyone that ignorant, you know, like the person obviously doesn't listen to reasons, so I'm not going to waste my time on someone that ignorant. So,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Will you please tell me what your advice is for President Donald Trump?
I would just think about mindfulness and empathy and like make choices based on how they affect others.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What advice do you have for President Donald Trump?
Grow up!
Thank you very much. What advice would you give to President Donald Trump?
Shoot yourself?
Thank you very much.
No worries.
What advice would you give to Donald Trump?
You know what? You asked me if I can say anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give him any advice. I would just move on.
Thank you very
Leave him
much.
be.
Thank you. What advice would you give to President Donald Trump?
What advice? Oh, what advice? Let's see. What advice would I give Donald Trump? Well, it's. I would say for him that to resign. I would advise him to resign instead of being impeached. You know, he's only delaying the inevitable. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be impeached, and the bigger they are, the harder they fall. So I think he should resign, but of course he's not, because his ego is too big, and he's not going to admit to any faults or whatever. And they keep asking him for information, and he keeps obstructing it. So he's actually doing what he's saying he's not doing, by not cooperating. But so I would tell him that probably to do that. But of course he's not going to do it. What advice would he take? He's got his experts. He's had 34 experts. People either being fired or resigned, right? And so he's got so many people that have been with him, and they've left because he didn't take their advice. He puts down the CIA, the NSA, the FBI. He puts all their experts down and says, I don't believe it's this. He trusts what he thinks on his own belief systems. So it's kind of crazy. These guys have been in the game for 20, 30, 40 years, experts in strategy and then so on and so forth. And they've advised him, and he's fired them. He doesn't like it. He fires them. They resign. He says he fires them, but they actually resign. It makes it look like he's the one who fired them. But I would tell him probably to. I would say, well, there's not much you can say really, to a guy like that. I'd say enjoy the few months you got left till 2020 or whatever, and then prepare. I tell him, get ready for the big fall, right? Get ready for the big fall. There will be no great escape.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What advice would you give President Trump?
None. Honestly, I wouldn't give him any advice. I think they're all garbage.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to President Trump?
Stop supporting Israel and cede Jerusalem back to the Palestinians, including West Jerusalem, since that whole city is under UN provisions since 1967.
Thank you very much. What advice would you give to President Trump?
Go get a heart.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, what do we got?
What is your advice for President Trump?
He should stand down, quit. That's my advice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What advice would you give to Donald Trump?
Don't bomb Iran.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
What advice would you give to President Donald Trump?
I don't know him, so I won't give him any advice.
Thank you very much. Can you please tell me what advice you have for President Donald Trump?
Don't indulge identitarian politics more than you have to.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
What advice would you give to Donald Trump?
Stop being the type of president that acts like a selected representative for for a minority of people who should know better and do better.
Thank you very much.